Imagine a South Africa where the streets aren't a war zone, where your kids can walk to school without you clutching your heart, and where the people running the show actually give a damn about the country. Sounds like a pipe dream, doesn't it? But what if I told you that one man, Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, could turn that dream into reality? Yeah, you heard me right. The KwaZulu-Natal top cop. The guy who's been taking on drug cartels, corrupt politicians, and dodgy cops with nothing but sheer grit and a badge he'd die for. If Mkhwanazi were president, South Africa wouldn't just survive, it'd thrive. And mate, after decades of the ANC's spectacular mess, don't we deserve a leader who's not just another suit pocketing our taxes? So, grab a hot coffee spiked with something strong, settle in, and let's talk about what South Africa could look like under President Mkhwanazi. Let's start with the man himself. Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi isn't some desk jockey politician who's never seen the sharp end of a stick. Born in Edendale, Pietermaritzburg, in 1973, this hero's been in the trenches since he joined the South African Police Service in 1993. From student constable to heading up the elite special task force, he's seen it all. ATM bombings, kidnappings, drug busts, you name it. The guy's not just brawn, he's got brains to match. With a national diploma in police administration, a B.Tech in policing, an MBA, an LLB, and specialized training in counter-terrorism and bomb disposal from the States. He's not just talk, he's walked the walk, leading high-stakes ops that make most of us run for cover. And when he was acting National Commissioner at just 38, he didn't hesitate to suspend crime intelligence boss Richard Mdluli for corruption, saying, "I want clean cops." If we want to fight crime, we must rid the saps of criminals. That's the kind of steel we're talking about, a leader who'd rather lose his job than let the rot fester. Now, let's get to the meat of it, crime. South Africa's drowning in it. Murders, robberies, carjackings, our crime stats read like a horror novel. In 2024, we had over 27,000 murders, a rate of about 45 per 100,000 people. That's higher than some war zones, mate! Tourists are scared to visit, investors are packing their bags, and businesses are shelling out billions on private security just to stay afloat. The ANC's had 30 years to sort this out, and what have we got? A police force that's often either corrupt or stretched so thin they can't respond to a 911 call before the sun sets. If Mkhwanazi were president, this nonsense would end. His track record proves it. In KZN, he's been cracking down on illegal liquor outlets and drug syndicates, linking them to violent crime spikes. He's pushed for visible policing, faster response times, and accountability, even calling out cops for shopping in uniform or joyriding in state vehicles. Imagine that on a national scale. A president who'd make every cop shape up or ship out. He'd bring back the Special Task Force's glory days with properly trained, properly paid officers patrolling our streets, not just sitting in air-conditioned offices pushing paper. What do you reckon, South Africans? Tired of dodging bullets just to buy bread? Mkhwanazi's already shown he's not afraid to take on the big dogs. In July 2025, he blew the lid off a conspiracy involving Police Minister Senzo Mthunu and Deputy Commissioner Shadrack Sibia, accusing them of disbanding the Political Killings Task Team to protect politically connected criminals. That team, set up in 2018, investigated 612 cases, nabbed 436 suspects, and secured convictions totaling 1,811 years of jail time. And what did the ANC do? Try to shut it down. Mkhwanazi stood his ground, presenting WhatsApp messages and financial transactions linking Mthunu to a shady businessman, Vusimuzi Matlala. There can never be peace between a criminal and a policeman, he said. And you better believe he'd bring that same fire to the presidency. No more cadre deployment, no more mates getting cushy jobs they can't handle. He'd clean house, starting with the corrupt fat cats who've been bleeding us dry. Speaking of corruption, let's talk about the ANC's greatest hits. Eskom's a shambles. Load shedding cost us 500 billion rands in economic output in 2023 alone. Transnet's logistical nightmares are choking our ports. And the South African Revenue Service is so mismanaged that honest taxpayers are practically begging to be audited just to feel seen. Corruption's not just a word here, it's a lifestyle for some. Fraudulent tenders, money laundering, and outright looting have siphoned off billions that could have fixed our schools, hospitals, and roads. Mkhwanazi wouldn't stand for it. As president, he'd enforce a zero-tolerance policy, just like he did in 2011 when he suspended MD Luli. He'd push for transparent procurement, independent audits, and a judiciary that actually locks up the guilty instead of letting them waltz out on bail. Imagine a South Africa where your taxes build schools, not some politician's third holiday home. Can you see it? A country where your hard-earned rands don't vanish into a black hole of cadre deployment. Let's not kid ourselves. Corruption's killing our kids' futures too. Our education system's a mess with pass rates dropping like stones. In 2023, only 43% of grade 12 learners passed with a bachelor's entry, and that's after years of fiddling with the pass mark to make it look less dire. Schools in crime-ridden areas are battlegrounds, with gang violence and drug cartels turning learners into dropouts or worse. Mkhwanazi gets this. He's seen how drug syndicates prey on the vulnerable, pushing addiction and crime that trap our youth. As president, he'd pour resources into education, not just buildings but proper teachers, safe schools and skills training that actually leads to jobs. He'd make sure every kid has a shot at a future, not just the ones whose parents can afford private schools. And he'd take on those drug lords head-on, dismantling their networks like he's been doing in KZN, where his task team linked firearms to high-profile murders and busted syndicates tied to parliamentarians. Now, let's talk jobs, because that's the heartbeat of any nation. South Africa's unemployment rate hit 33.5% in 2024, one of the highest in the world. Youth unemployment's even worse, over 60% for those under 25. Why? Because the ANC's mismanagement and corruption have scared off investors. Foreign direct investment's been declining for years, with only $9 billion flowing in during 2023, compared to $20 billion a decade ago. Businesses can't operate when power cuts kill productivity, ports are clogged, and criminals extort them for protection. Mkhwanazi would turn this around. His no-nonsense approach to crime would make our streets safer, encouraging investors to set up shop. He'd streamline bureaucracy, cut red tape, and ensure government departments like Home Affairs aren't a nightmare of delays and bribes. A Mkhwanazi presidency would mean jobs, real ones, not just public works schemes that vanish after election season. He'd focus on skills development, revamping TVET colleges to churn out graduates who can actually fix things, build things, and drive economic growth. And don't get me started on immigration and border control. Our porous borders are a free-for-all for drug cartels, human traffickers, and illegal goods. The Department of Home Affairs is a shambles, with corrupt officials handing out IDs and visas like sweets at a kid's party. Mkhwanazi's already exposed how drug syndicates operate through our ports, like Durban, fueling violence and addiction. As president, he'd overhaul Home Affairs, rooting out the rot and securing our borders. He'd bring the SANDF back to fighting form, not just a shadow of its former self crippled by dodgy contracts and cadre appointments. Proper border control means less crime, less smuggling, and a safer South Africa for everyone. Who wouldn't want that? A country where you don't have to worry about your safety every time you step out the door? But it's not just about systems, it's about us, the people. Mkhwanazi's got this way of connecting that makes you feel like he's fighting for you. Social media's buzzing with it. Poral John on TikTok called him a protective father figure, saying, "I feel he is our father who protects us." Everyone in South Africa, that's not just hype, it's real. His calm, methodical takedowns, like that July 2025 press briefing where he laid out evidence against Mkhwanazi and Sibia, show a man who doesn't just talk the talk. He's out there, in his specialized task force camo, not hiding behind a desk. South Africans want a leader like that, someone who's relatable but doesn't mess around. Under Mkhwanazi, we'd see a nation united, not divided by ANC's endless factionalism and empty promises. He'd rebuild trust in our institutions, making sure the police, the courts, and the government work for us, not against us. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Sounds great, but can one man really fix this mess? Fair question. The ANC's had decades to entrench corruption so deep it's practically in the groundwater. But Mkhwanazi's already shown he's not afraid to take on the untouchables. In 2011, he lost his shot at National Commissioner for daring to challenge Mkhwanazi. In July 2025, he risked his career again by calling out Mkhwanazi and Sibia. This is a man who'd rather die for his badge than bow to pressure. As president, he'd have the power to appoint competent, honest leaders. No more cadres running Eskom into the ground or home affairs into chaos. He'd set up anti-corruption units with teeth, not just PR stunts. And he'd make sure every rand spent is accounted for so our municipalities deliver water, lights, and roads instead of excuses. Let's talk tourism, because South Africa's got it all. Beaches, mountains, wildlife. But who's coming when they're worried about getting mugged? Tourism's been flatlining, contributing just 3.7% to GDP in 2024, way below its potential. Mkhwanazi's focus on crushing crime would change that. Imagine Cape Town's beaches packed with tourists, not gangsters. Imagine Kruger National Park thriving because visitors know they're safe. His KZN strategies, like cracking down on illegal liquor outlets tied to crime, would scale nationally, making every city a destination, not a danger zone. And with a cleaner government, we'd see proper infrastructure, roads, airports, public transport that makes travel a breeze, not a nightmare. What's the South Africa you want? One where your kids can dream big, where your business doesn't need a generator, where you don't check under your car for bombs. That's what Mkhwanazi's presidency would deliver. He'd restore discipline, not just in the police but across society. No more normalizing corruption or excusing incompetence. He'd lead by example, showing that integrity isn't just a buzzword, it's a way of life. His July 2025 briefing where he said, "I am combat ready. I will die for this badge," wasn't just bravado. It was a promise to put South Africa first, and we'd feel it. Better schools, more jobs, safer streets, a government that actually works. But here's the kicker. This vision won't happen unless we demand it. The ANC's had their chance, and they've blown it spectacularly. 30 years of promises, and we're still dodging potholes and praying the lights stay on. Mkhwanazi's not perfect. Nobody is. But he's proven he's got the guts to take on the rot. So, what are we waiting for? Are we going to sit back and let the same old cronies run this country into the ground? Or are we going to fight for a leader who'll actually deliver? Think about it. Your kids, your future, your safety. They're worth fighting for. Right, here's what I need from you. If you're as fed up as I am with the ANC's failures, hit that subscribe button. It costs nothing, takes 2 seconds, and it's your way of saying you want better. Like this post. Share it with your mates and drop a comment below. Tell me, what would you want President Mkhwanazi to tackle first? Crime? Corruption? Jobs? Let's get this conversation going. And if you can, join the channel membership or toss in a super thanks donation. Every bit helps keep this platform alive. Oh, and let those ads play for at least 30 seconds. It's the easiest way to support the cause. Come on, South Africa. Let's show the world what we're made of. Subscribe, share, comment. Do it now!